welcome to the Big Apple School podcast. My name is Sam.
And my name's Katya.
And today we're asking what's the crack about British TV shows. So we're going to look at the British TV shows that we know, what we watch and why do we watch it, how old are the shows, some facts maybe that we may know, or ideas about what we know about those TV shows, which are best. Some are popular across the world. Why is that so? Why are they successful? Who is our favorite character from a TV show? What makes them different from American TV shows? Because American TV shows have maybe more popularity, but why are some British TV shows even more popular at times? What are iconic things from the TV shows we watch? The best villains, if we can use the best for those. Describe our favorite episode of the show, if we can think of that, and what we would recommend to you or to others who may listen. So, let's get going.
Let's do that.
What popular British TV shows do you know?
Oh my, I know
you haven't
some.
lived in you have lived in Britain?
Not really. I've visited.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've been there several times.
Okay.
But
And you've had the TV on?
I had the TV on.
But you can also
the British
watch
TV
them.
on,
Right.
while being in Russia.
It's British TV.
And that's how I became a Whovian.
Uh-huh.
So I'm a huge fan of a British TV show, Doctor Who.
Who?
Exactly.
What? Okay. Yeah.
How-
It's known. This is known. Okay.
To say the least.
And so it is a popular one. I would say popular worldwide. Am I mistaken?
It is popular worldwide.
Do you know other Russians who enjoy it?
Oh, yes. I have 10, 15 people that I know personally.
It's more than people I know in the world. Okay. But
it's obviously not the only one that I know.
As for me, I have a little bit of an advantage, I think, because I've grown up in the UK, not in Great Britain, if you check your map, but in the UK. Grown up in Northern Ireland, I'm Northern Irish, so British TV, also Irish TV, has been part of my childhood and life for a time, and I know about a few. Let's just say Doctor Who I know about.
I think the other ones that are quite popular these days around the world are Good Omens. It's a new one.
That's a British one, isn't it?
It is a British one, yeah. It has
Right.
David Tennant.
Yeah.
Michael Sheen. Sherlock.
Yes.
The old favourite.
I think it's very popular, Sherlock. Maybe more than Doctor Who.
I think yes.
Yeah.
Because
it's maybe more well known for whatever reason.
Yeah. Well, I have an idea about the reason. People tend to like shows about psychopaths or sociopaths in this case.
And are detective stories more interesting than sci-fi for some people?
For some people, yes.
Yeah.
I think a couple more shows that are getting more popular are Peaky Blinders, Black Mirror.
Yeah. I've noticed the Black Mirror has got some good publicity. It's quite popular. I've watched some of it. Well, as for me, if I'm honest, I've watched some Sherlock. I kind of got lost. I think it was third season because it got a wee bit strange and not in a good way for me. I mean, not that I have anything against strange, but I think Sherlock almost became the villain, and they lost me, I should say.
Well, but they got many more other
we got many
people,
more viewers.
yes, by season
I'm not
3.
suggesting that it's a bad TV show, but just I may go back to it, but I kind of dropped out for now. Black Mirror I've watched some of. Black Mirror for me, I can see the appeal. I can understand why people enjoy it. But having grown up watching TV show, to me, it's a lot like a lot of British TV. And so to me, there's not a uniqueness to it. And maybe for most of all is that it has a kind of reality to it. And
kind of?
Very real. Very
exactly.
real. And for me, that's a negative because the reality kind of, this reminds me of life, and
But that was the point of the show. It's a dystopia, so you watch it. It gives you food for thought, so you kind of reevaluate your actions and your life.
It is the appeal for some, but for me it's a negative because I prefer something that's more imaginative, more distant from reality. I prefer that.
Do you know why they named the TV show Black Mirror?
No. Oh well, I guess I can guess.
Okay, what's your guess?
I guess I can guess. Well, if you're mirroring reality, but in a darker way. Yeah?
Not really. Black Mirror, that refers to the screen of the phone because it's black and it's like a mirror.
Right.
So, meaning that we spend too much time.
It's telling us that our phones are evil. Yeah.
Yes. Well, not only the phones, but
Not just phones. Everything's evil. Stop it. Okay. X Factor. It has enjoyed a lot of popularity. It's like it's kind of like The Voice. You have in Russian.
Okay.
Голос.
So yes. It's not like a TV series.
It's a talent show TV.
Yeah.
It's a talent TV show, if you want to call it that. And there's X Factor. There's Britain's Got Talent, and it's popular.
Oh, those. Yeah.
America's Got Talent.
Yeah, America's Got Talent.
All that stuff. Those have been. I would say they're still popular with some people, but they have been really popular. I think not as much as they used to be, but they are very, very popular. So in Russia, you don't have X Factor?
I am not sure. We have The Voice, something like that.
The Voice is a BBC production in the UK, and well, I think it's a little bit too polished. I prefer X Factor, if I'm honest. But I haven't watched in Russia. It's called Голос, yeah?
It is, yes.
Pardon my pronunciation of Russian, but so it exists in Russia. Do you like it?
I can't say I'm a fan. I just don't watch it. I don't care.
Yeah. Okay. Which is my view of The Voice in the UK. But X Factor I have watched and might even watch on YouTube. But
okay.
EastEnders is a soap, which is quite popular. It's been going a long time in the UK. The Crown. Tell me you've heard of The Crown.
It rings the bell, but
okay.
Let me guess. Is it about the Queen?
It's more or less the historical drama or dramatization of Elizabeth II's reign. It starts before she became queen and goes through all that. So it is quite good. I have only watched a few episodes. I'm not very good at keeping going with some of these, but it is very good, and it has got a lot of praise. Top Gear. Do you know?
Everyone has heard of Top Gear. I have never watched
It's a guy's show, really, but it's purely macho-ness. You might find it entertaining. I'm not saying that it's exclusively for guys, but it's about cars. But the presenters, particularly in the past, I can't speak for those who do it now, but particularly in the past, Richard Hammond and all those guys, 3 guys who had great chemistry together. They had good, what I would call good crack together, good fun. And it was a very entertaining, even if you didn't care much about the cars. Their chemistry together, the way they worked and made fun of each other was entertaining in itself. So it was very, very popular. And it's still going, but they have different presenters now.
All right.
Black Books, you've heard of.
Oh, I have heard of Black Books. I'll tell you more. I love the Black Books so much that when I was in London, I actually went to the bookstore that it was, made at.
Right.
And it's so...
It was made in a real bookshop. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. I think it's in the east of London.
Right.
And I entered the bookstore and it was so quiet. Yeah. I felt like I forgot how to breathe.
Right.
So quiet.
It's a bad idea. Keep breathing.
Yeah, please do. Don't forget to breathe.
That guy, Dylan, what's it, Dylan Moran?
Dylan Moran. But I forgot his name in the TV show.
So he's an Irish comedian, Dylan Moran, or Moran, whatever, and he is fantastic. It's very sarcastic, very quick-witted. It's hilarious comedy. It's a comedy sitcom.
I can relate to so many situations from there.
It's quite good. It's quite good.
Even though when you watch it, it feels a little bit weird at first. It was, it first came out at the beginning of the 2001, I guess.
Right.
So
I just remember binge watching it with friends. We were together when it was a while ago now, but we just binged watched the whole thing. They just put on the DVD and we just kept watching. Yeah. And I think they fell asleep, and I was still watching. I never went to sleep. I was just, this is great.
I think it's one of the 2 British TV shows that might seem a little bit outdated now, but you still keep watching it until you're done.
Yeah.
The second being The IT Crowd.
Right. Heard of it, yes, but actually, there's one. I think there's one guy, the manager guy in it. What's his name? The actor's name?
Oh my God, I'm so bad at names.
There is an actor. Is it Jervis?
I no idea.
You will Google it.
Please do.
Listening. But however, one of the actors is, unfortunately, I don't like him.
Okay.
Not to say I've met him and know him, but when he acts, I don't enjoy his performance. Okay. So I haven't really watched IT Crowd, the UK version anyway. I don't think I will. Mr. Bean. I haven't mentioned or written this here, but Mr. Bean.
I think everyone knows.
Everyone knows it,
Mr.
right?
Bean.
So that's Rowan Atkinson. He's been in other things. He's done Mr. Bean films, but prior to that, he did something called Blackadder.
Oh, you've never heard about that.
Which is ages old now. I think it's from 70s, 80s. But it is, I think you would like it if you like black books. It's a dark comedy, very sarky, a lot of sarcasm, and it covers, I think, it's kind of a historical or supposedly historical from knights and so on, if I remember correctly. There's this Christmas special, and it's quite good. There's a Christmas special. Should I spoil it? It's ages old, so I'm going to spoil it. He is very, very good. Instead of, the story of Christmas Carol, Mr. Scrooge.
Yes.
At the start, Blackadder is very, very good and very generous. And then he learns about his family in the past. He's in the Victorian age, and he learns about his family in the past, and he ends up being like Mr. Scrooge at the end. So it's a very dark, sarcastic twist.
Okay.
To it. So it's a good one.
Check it out.
Yeah, I think you might like some of that. So, which of these we mentioned you watch? It's Doctor Who especially.
It's Doctor Who especially. Yes, and I love it to the point that I'm getting a TARDIS tattooed on my arm.
Okay, when will that happen?
Hopefully in a month.
Okay, watch out for that. Okay, how old is Doctor Who?
So Doctor Who's 56 years old now.
56, right?
So that's. Yeah.
It's not a new TV show.
It is not a new TV show. It first came out on the 23rd of November 1963, and it was supposed to come out on the 22nd of November, but we all know that the assassination of Kennedy happened, so they had to put off for a day.
I didn't remember that. Okay.
So that's why it came out on the 23rd of November 1963. So
when I was a little boy, my dad used to talk to me about things from Doctor Who. Like there are dialects. Not dialects. Dialects, I think is correct term. Dialects. Okay, she knows it more than I do. They go around like they're like a garbage can or a bin.
Okay, so they're not
with a plunger in the front. Yeah?
Okay, I would not say that they're like a garbage bin but they look exactly like a salt shaker.
Right.
With a plunger and a whisk.
Shaker. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
So if you can imagine that,
they're
that's
an
exactly
interesting design. I mean, they're a unique design, but their phrase exterminate.
Before doing the podcast, I said, okay, Katya, you have to, keep yourself from saying that. Mm-hmm. See, that was not me. That was Sam who said that.
Exterminate. Well, listen, Doctor Who was a part of my childhood. I don't know if I really watched it, but my dad used to come to me, and say, exterminate. And I'm like, Dad, what's going on? So I learned about it as a boy, I think I did watch some of it, and I think my dad enjoyed some of it. So it is, not to say my dad's an ancient man or anything, but it's been going for a while.
Yeah, I feel like generations.
There was a film in 1996.
There was a film, that is true.
It had kind of stopped since 1989, and they got a film, and then it started again
Yeah.
2005?
The New School episode, the first episode of New School came out in 2005. Yes, that's true.
And I've done a bit of research. So there were 26 original seasons.
Seasons, not, yeah.
Then a film. And now there have been, I think, 11 series. Am I right?
I think so. Maybe 12.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure some people might ask, like, how the hell did they manage to have it going so long?
Yeah.
So the thing is that the main character,
I could ask that.
the Doctor,
Yeah.
does not die. Instead, he regenerates.
Which Doctor?
All of them.
Doctor Who?
Doctor Who. No, you don't call him
Regenerate.
Doctor Who. It's the Doctor. So, and that's why that allows the producers to just, change the actor and keep going.
Right. So it's actually, to be fair, and you'll forgive me if I offend you, because it's your favorite TV show. This is a lot like James Bond.
I mean, no.
I know the TV show is not.
In what way?
In the sense that it's popular. It has that longevity.
Okay.
And they replace the actors when one is finished his tenure. They replace, or her tenure. They replace him or her, because there's gonna be, and I'll tell you what else. And forgive me, you don't like my comparison so much, I can tell. But listen, Doctor Who now, the Doctor now is female, right?
Yes, it is the first female Doctor, and you have no idea how many comments that raised.
And if I'm correct, the next James Bond film is going to introduce a female. A female. Her name won't be James Bond, of course, but she will be called 007.
I don't know. Jamie Bond.
Jim.
That's what they did in
Jessica Bond.
Jessica Bond. That's what they did to an American version of Sherlock. Because in there, Dr. Watson is a female.
Yeah.
Played by Lucy Liu. So in there, she's what's her name?
Right. I know what you're talking about.
She's Joanne
Watson
instead of being John
I know what
Watson.
you're talking about, actually. I've seen that TV show, but I've seen it but not watched it.
Okay.
But yeah.
But it's not British, so we're not going to talk about it right now.
Sherlock is also very popular.
Yes.
Do you watch it?
Yes. I watched all of the episodes 5 times.
Okay.
Please, no judgment. This is
you do like it then, yeah?
Yes, I did. And again, when I was in London, I went to see the places that, some of the scenes were shot. So, yes, I totally loved it. Because it has, all the tension. It's very,
Yeah.
I would say, I don't even know how to explain that. You just can't stop.
Right. It's an addiction.
It is, in a way.
I
and
won't
also,
judge.
all the actors, they're so charismatic. They're fabulous. God, I love it.
What do you call someone who really, really loves Benedict Cumberbatch? Is there a word for that? Like
I don't know.
Cumberbatchian or something?
I know.
Benedictian.
I know how you call a person who loves Doctor Who a Whovian.
Okay.
If you have someone who loves Sherlock, they're Sherlocked.
Oh, they're Sherlock.
And if it's someone who loves
sounds
both,
painful.
and if it's someone who loves both Doctor Who and Sherlock, they are Who-locked.
Who-locked? Are you Who-locked? Right. Well, unfortunately, I'm not quite Who-locked, but I appreciate. Actually, I'm gonna be frank. Doctor Who is not my most favorite. I don't know why. Maybe because I brought up and I've seen so much British TV, I'm not as keen as some people enjoy it more, but maybe because they haven't seen something like it.
A lot of people say that it's like childish or something.
Listen, that's not a problem for me. I enjoy fantasy. It's not to say I haven't watched Doctor Who. I have, and I have enjoyed it. But I'm not a Whovian. Yeah. Unfortunately.
Or fortunately.
Sorry.
Depends on,
but I'm not. So maybe they are the best. I want to ask, which are the best TV shows? So what do you think? This is your opinion. So, from Britain.
I would say
UK.
Doctor Who. I would say Doctor Who for me is number 1 and Sherlock is number 2 and Peaky Blinders as number 3.
Yeah, it's quite good. Peaky Blinders, yeah.
Oh, it's
I've also watch some of it. Why am I only watching some of these?
The 5th season is coming out right at this
it's
point.
ongoing.
Yes.
Right? I have enjoyed. I took a break from it and never went back. Maybe this is a problem with stamina problem or something, that I don't finish TV shows, but I enjoyed it for all the different accents.
The Peaky Blinders.
I enjoy the likes of Harry Potter and TV shows and films which have genuine, and I know some of them are changing their accent, but they are genuine accents from varied accents.
Yes.
From Ireland, from the UK, from different places throughout the British Isles.
That's what I love it for.
And I like that. That appeals to me, because when I watch an American-produced film, as good as it might be, if they are doing just the same accent like the Queen, I can't do it. I can't watch that. It's just, for example, I watched Bridget Jones' Diary.
Okay.
And apart from the fact that it's mainly, I think it's a chick flick. I couldn't stand the accent.
This is judgment-free zone. So.
Yeah, we're in the judgment-free podcast zone. I couldn't stand it because, and it's not necessarily a bad film, but the accents. And it's maybe because it's target audience is women, but I couldn't stand the accents because they were so fake. Because that's not, and the language they use, it's so unrealistic. Having been in England and different places in the UK, it's just, it's not realistic. But what makes, so back to Doctor Who and Sherlock, and I would include maybe Black Mirror too. I think they've got a popularity throughout the world. Yeah,
so actually I don't think we can say that Black Books is now a British TV show, because it's like,
not really.
It's British / American / Canadian.
Right. But Black Mirror, can we include it? Black Mirror in the 3 we'll mention.
Okay, yeah.
I'm allowed.
Yeah.
What makes these successful?
So Doctor Who, I guess the fact that it can appeal to different age groups.
Okay.
Because adults love it, kids love it.
Yeah.
So there's no violence. There's no violence in that.
Yeah.
It's not, it teaches.
I mean, there's the threat of violence.
Exactly, but there's no direct violence.
Yeah, it's quite tame in actual reality. Like I think you always have that feeling of, oh no, something bad's going to happen.
Yes.
But there's not actually something bad that you can visually see happen.
Exactly. With Sherlock, I guess it's a combination of, things, that being the actors, the plot, and also, everyone, when they start watching, they think, oh, I've read the stories, I'm pretty sure I can guess what's going to happen. And then no, it's like...
It's got a bit of a twist in it too, because anything else, if I'm right in saying, anything else I've watched, at least Sherlock Holmes-wise, has been a little bit, it's from 19th century or 18th century, and it's that little bit older, a little bit old-fashioned, because the books were that way.
Exactly, but
they've took it into the modern age.
Yes,
translated it.
Yes.
Sherlock has a mobile phone, doesn't he?
He does. He does.
So that is a new twist on it, a new light to it, but they still capture, I think, the essence of what Sherlock is. So, I mean, listen, I think it's a good TV show, regardless of the fact that I've paused on it. I still think it's...
maybe you did it for the best.
It's the commitment.
The 4th season was a tiny bit disappointing, but...
Okay. What makes these different from... I'll just jump to this. What makes them different from American TV shows, if anything?
Oh my!
I mean,
you can't say that there's one thing that makes all the British TV shows different from American ones.
Why not?
Because there isn't.
Do you think the talent, or is it the accent?
I don't think that's the accent.
Is it a different culture?
I mean, there are so many brilliant American TV shows. They're just so different. I mean, you can compare.
I can't argue with that.
Let's say you can compare Sherlock and Elementary, because they're both modern Sherlock Holmes stories. but
Right.
yet they're just different.
Yeah.
So I have no idea what.
So
like,
the
what to
actual
say. What-
individual show is different. It's
Exactly,
not.
because
It's not
every
necessarily
show-
different from another country, but different from anything else.
Exactly.
Okay. So it's the uniqueness. I think people look for uniqueness.
Yes. Because
With
we have so many shows now that they are kind of the same, and it's we're getting tired. Especially now.
You can kind of guess what's going to happen.
Exactly. Now that we live in the world of choice, like we have so much to choose from.
Yeah.
We don't want the same thing.
Yeah. We decide what we watch. When I was a little boy,
You do exactly.
I spent serious time sitting in front of the TV waiting for the best thing to come on. You know, I would watch a cartoon. Maybe I was a little bit addicted to television. I would watch a cartoon, but I didn't really want to watch that cartoon.
But you had no other choice.
I had to wait for the next cartoon, and I didn't want to miss the next one.
Exactly.
So
Because you couldn't pause it.
Yeah, but now viewers have choices. You
Millions
listening choose to listen to our podcast. Thank
So
you.
you made a choice, and
I
yes,
want to say thank you to you because you had a choice.
and you made the right one.
Yeah, and I know people are listening. Good, great. Who is your favorite character? I might guess this, but who is your favorite character and why?
Oh no! Well, tell me what your guess is.
Doctor Who? Or sorry, the Doctor.
Okay, but
The
then the
Doctor.
question: which Doctor?
Yeah,
There
right.
being
So
13 of
now
them.
there are 13.
Yes.
Have you really watched the oldest ones?
Okay, I've started doing that. We should
Okay.
not forget that some of them were lost. You know, the previous
okay.
lost.
Right.
So, but I watched 2 or 3 seasons with the first Doctor, which was so fun to watch.
Yeah.
And I plan on actually watching all of them at some point.
Wow. Okay.
But
So you are a Whovonian? How's it?
Whovian.
Whovian. Okay.
Whovian. I don't know how to reply to that. Even if we're talking about Doctor Who, you can't just choose one. But I can't choose.
It's like
One.
choosing between your children again, yeah?
Exactly, yes. So let's say the 12th Doctor, played by Peter Capaldi, he was all like grumpy Scottish man.
Right.
But
He was a little bit older.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
I mean, compared to the previous couple, yeah.
exactly. So, and they're all so different.
I like David Tennant.
That's. I feel like that's the most common answer.
Yeah.
Like most people love.
That's what a Whovian doesn't. It's clear I'm not a Whovian, I guess, because David Tennant is, well, I mean, they're all talented. Listen, I haven't watched the newest Lady Doctor. I don't know what she's like. What do you think of her?
Oh, I think that she's amazing. Well, I mean, after the 12th Doctor, who was all like grumpy and serious topics were brought up, and it was, it was dark. The last 2 seasons with the 12th Doctor were so dark.
Okay.
And now she brings, this sunshine back of being like, also cheerful.
Right.
So that no matter what happens.
Am I right in saying that the doctors have all brought a little bit of their own personal
Yes.
view, personal
yes. So
personality?
that's why they're all different.
Yeah.
Some of them being like, careless maybe. Some of them being too serious. Some of them, they're all different.
And I guess for an actor, that's quite nice that they don't have to live up to the previous, he was a great doctor. How can I be like him? They can just, I'll be myself. Which sounds, unless you can be Batman, be yourself. Okay, but I'm Batman. However, well, people know I like Batman, right?
Yeah.
So who is the best villain?
Okay, okay.
And
I'm torn between two.
What about
Daleks?
Moriarty?
And Moriarty, yes. I'm between,
Right.
I can't choose between those two, Moriarty or the Daleks.
Or the dialects, as I like to call them.
Dialects.
Those dialects are hard.
The door is over there. Please go.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You'll never forgive me for that. So, yeah, I can understand.
Well, but do you have a favorite villain from any TV show?
From the TV show, let me see. Thinking about what we've discussed, I would probably go with the Daleks, actually.
Yay!
I would say that they're my favorite. I like the Moriarty in the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock films. well, I really liked those films, actually. I even particularly liked the second, which, as a sequel, I thought was better.
Okay.
So Moriarty as a character, I like, but I think I would slightly prefer from TV shows the dialects.
Okay.
Actually, they're so iconic.
Oh, they are. They are.
It's semi-scary, semi-hilarious to see them.
Yes.
And I think...
Because every time you're like, what can this salt shaker do? And then they surprise you.
Yes, it's like, So it's this non-intimidating, but at the same time, you find out that they're quite dangerous. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what else is iconic about your favorite TV show? And I guess we're speaking of Doctor Who.
Who?
Doctor Who.
So what else is iconic?
What about your tattoo?
Yeah.
What will it be?
Oh, right. I'm sorry. How could I forget?
I'm guessing
the
that's
TARDIS.
iconic.
So
right.
the Doctor travels in a telephone box, a blue telephone box. Wait.
No.
It's a police telephone box. A police box.
Are you a Whovian? It's a police box.
It's a police box, but it has a telephone in it, so it was used, as far as I get, like to call the police.
Right.
In terms of, like,
so I have never seen one of those.
I have.
Yeah.
Yes. So there's an old police box in London, in one of the tube stations,
right.
So it's obviously it's no longer
kept
used.
For culture, right?
Yes.
So if you had back in the day, historically, if you had a problem, you needed the police. This was dedicated. You go in it and you call the police, and things like that still exist today, but maybe not so much in the UK.
Yeah. And one thing about it is that it looks tiny on the outside, but it's bigger on the inside.
Yeah, it's like a mansion, I think. Like it's just like a spaceship too.
It is a spaceship too, which, well, technically, in the first seasons, they mentioned that the TARDIS can change, the shape and the look of it. But apparently this TARDIS got broken, so now it's stuck in the shape and form of a
which is not
police.
a bad thing, I think.
It is not, but a lot of episodes take place in, 21st century, which, when you see...
Too many spaceships. We need a TARDIS.
Yeah, you never know. So if you see a police box or a telephone box, you can never be sure that it's just a police box.
Where
or a
did the name
box.
TARDIS come from?
So it's in it actually stands for time in relevant dimension is space.
Okay, so it's not like...
Are you checking me on how good a Whovian I am?
Yeah. And, so you passed that test.
I passed the test. Oh, thank God.
So, would you recommend some of your favorite TV shows? Let's say we're talking Sherlock Holmes, we're talking Doctor Who. For me, The X Factor is good. Black Books I've already recommended, kind of.
Yeah, we both did.
And Blackadder I recommended to you. So, but would you recommend Doctor Who, Sherlock, even Black Mirror? Who are they for? Who would like them?
Anyone can.
Yeah.
So, but if you like dystopias, then you're definitely going to like Black Mirror and probably, get depressed after that. Be prepared for that, please.
Yeah.
Doctor Who, yes, I would definitely recommend Doctor Who, especially to those people who love fantasy.
Yeah.
Because it's amazing.
There's an element of fantasy and an element of sci-fi.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you can't actually say what genre it has. And I would recommend watch several episodes because sometimes when you start watching, especially the first season of New School, you would think oh my God, that's kind of boring. I don't watch that.
Right.
But once you...
They can be quite different.
Yeah, they're so different.
Yeah.
Sometimes there are boring episodes. Sometimes they're so captivating you can't stop watching them. I would definitely recommend to watch Sherlock if you haven't yet. Please do.
I think it's got a wider appeal.
It has.
Because there are I know people who don't love sci-fi and even fantasy, but something like Sherlock they would absolutely watch.
They would.
I think I would probably recommend that for anyone. And Doctor Who is maybe more of a acquired taste, or it's not necessarily for everyone out there.
Yes.
So that was the crack about British TV shows. So we talked quite a bit. We mentioned all kinds of shows that we know between us. What we watch, We talked a little bit, quite a lot, maybe about Doctor Who, about Sherlock,
Sorry,
which
that was too much.
we agree are the best and the most well known. Why are they successful? Uniqueness, we believe. Some of the favorite characters, iconic things about them, and the villains. So, and we recommend these to you. So that was the crack about British TV shows.